Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome to my craft room. I haven't done a 30-minute tidy up in a while because it hasn't gotten like this. This is a combination of Smash That Small Pad, a members live, I don't know what else, some things that I was doing. Oh, I washed some more stamps. I left some stamps out. I left some containers. It is just real life layering of crafting. So let's turn on the playlist and see if we can fix this. I will move you in hopefully at what is a decent angle so you can see the progress. It is much easier to clean up when the mess is all from one project. This isn't. So it's going to be layers and layers, and there are things in here that I don't really think have a home in my new craft room because they were that original pile and we're whittling it down. I took stamps out of there, I washed them. So we're gonna have to figure out, where do those go if we're gonna keep this as beautiful as Eileen set it up? Alexa, set a 30-minute timer.
30 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, play the crafting playlist.
Crafting from Apple Music.
Once the music gets started, then I just go for it. And the idea is to put stuff away and stay focused on just putting things away and not leaving the room. It's really hard when you have a ton of little tiny things and you're working through them. And you can see I'm doing some cutting, which means I'm trying to finish some things up and put them away. I don't normally do that. It doesn't really help you stay on track. You need to see progress in the beginning to get motivated and keep going. I did have to go get a rag to wash my stamps. I usually just use a damp rag. You can buy all the fancy cleaners you want. I don't. Going to get the rag is okay, but don't get sidetracked putting things away. I just walk to the edge of the room and put them by the door. Because if I leave, then I go see, oh, the dog needs water and this needs to be done. So I just stay in my zone to the best of my ability. But I mean, if you need to clean your stamps, you need to clean your stamps. And you know, I always need to clean my stamps. The other thing I'm doing is I'm grouping like items. Oh, hang on, we gotta see. Here's what Zelda's up to. This is what Zeus is doing. Don't feel bad for him if you're new here. He has a covered deck off to the left with furniture and dog beds. He's the prince. And then Zelda comes in and stands on Eliza. Just, I will be in your spot. You will let me be here. They are hilarious together, all three of them. You've probably watched them grow up together. There we go. Again, I'm kind of dinking around and trying to, my friend Katie calls it process things. Process them, move them along, get them ready to use, whatever you want to call it. I find that certain items, if they aren't moved along to the next phase, for example, if I don't wash my postage stamps and get them ready, then they don't get used. But sometimes you get those little things, and that's what I'm doing. I have ephemera and bits. Maybe they came in Happy Mail. Maybe I took them apart and left them. And washing stamps. What I do is I wash them really well with a rag, then I let them sit there for a minute, and then I put them away. So you can tell I'm grouping the clean ones. And if I've hit them a second time or I know they're pretty much okay, then I'll just put them away. But some of those bigger stamps I have to go back and get again. I had so many postage stamps gifted to me and had some already in various states of ready to use or not, that they've started to take over. And so part of what I'm doing is just trying to rein things in. Bits of ephemera, buttons. Sometimes to help manage Zelda, I put iris cases or other things on top of ephemera and things that I want to come back to. And then of course I forget. Just like when I used to put stuff under my glass mat to flatten it, or my quilter pad, and then I find it so much later. But you can see it's getting better. You just have to stick with it. I think it's Dana White and a whole bunch of other people. They talk about grouping like items, and that's what I'm doing. Instead of stopping to figure out what to do with one piece of lace or ribbon, I'm grouping all my textiles
and I'm making these little piles. I don't know what my plan is for ephemera. Those 2 bins are journal, tags, cards, ephemera. And again, some of them are a 6x6 pad that I know would be great to use for journal cards because one side is white and one side is fairly neutral, could be worked into almost any vintage journal. I probably need to spend some quality time with those bins and decide how I'm going to store ephemera now. I do have more space in the journal cupboard. Okay, right about now, timer went off. We're out of time. It's been 30 minutes. Usually at the 30-minute mark, I'm a lot further along. I just couldn't leave this. And sometimes that's what the timer helps you do, is it helps you get motivated to say, oh, I can't stop now. I'm going to keep going. And you can see, I've got everything all over. I don't know how many items this was, but like if you think about how many times I reached or bent or opened a cupboard, it's a lot.
Well, I went over on time, which I don't usually do. In fact, about halfway through, I was fading and I checked the time and kept going. I'm at the point now where I'm ready. Oops, look, that ribbon is hanging down. When they wake up, we're going to have problems. They're tired. Everybody's tired. The boy's on the other side of the shade now, so you can't see him. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put away a couple piles before they get lost or mixed back in. All that stuff is textiles. I'm just going to shove it in the brown cupboard for now. That's Christmas. That little tiny fabric thing I want in fall. These are things I'm going to work with. I put all the scraps in the box. And the bowl, I remembered when I was washing stamps, ones that didn't need to be washed and were already good, I threw in there. So there's about 4 different containers over there they could go in. This is all stamps. And as I've done different projects, different videos, washing, whatever, I have put them in here. And so I was consolidating. Domestic, ready and washed. Did these a long time ago. Nature, wildlife. This was 2 videos worth of foreign stamps. I need to go through this box and look for Rome or Italy stamps for Mary. This is a much smaller bag. Oh, see? This bag can go in this bag. These are the stamps that are from years ago that are mostly domestic that I got at an estate sale. I don't know what this box is. This looks like they're ready to play with right here. So I can take a peek at those and probably merge them into something else. These are clusters and groups that I probably would make ephemera with, not a journal cover. And I'm going to be honest, this looks like a box of, I shoved it all together and probably don't want some of it. Need to clean out. I think what will probably happen is while I'm cleaning, I'll say, let's wash some more. What I have found is if they're layered on their paper backing, I'm not using them. So getting things to the point of using them. It is 74 degrees in here, so I should have turned on the AC. I should have gotten my water. The music was good. Remember to keep yourself focused and don't get sidetracked crafting while your tidy timer is on. I will also say I'm out of practice. I need to do a better job keeping my tidying muscles flexed. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to tidy your craft room, house, your kids' room, whatever it is. Maybe your kids will be inspired to clean their room. I put my piles away so you can see so much more of the counter is accessible now. And I put the red from washing the stamps in the laundry so it's not sitting on that counter. I hope this inspired you to tidy some space in your life that's been bothering you. Be sure you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.